Hey everybody, Kelly Sue with Cleopatra Art Studios here, and we're going to paint our Acorn and Squirrel freebie. Today's the last day to get it, but it's super cute. And there's a couple little techniques there that I'm sure you guys will be asking me about if you got this freebie. So I wanted to join you, come hang with me while I paint this. Maybe we'll learn something new about each other. So let me go ahead and swing this down. John's outside cleaning rugs today. I'm upside down, whoop, but you don't really need all of me. Let me just do it this way. Ta-da! Okay, so it's super cute. We get asked a lot about these stands. Think of them as a kickstand and you're gonna be A-okay. Cute little squirrel, super cute, and a great acorn. So what a cute freebie. Let's just paint it real quick and we'll go from there. So if you're just joining, tell me hi and where you're watching from. And you might be just watching this as a freebie later, and that's great too. So the first thing to know is you're gonna have a lattice top. And so what color you paint this underneath will pop up through the overlay. So I think I'm just gonna do just a quintessential black, a cream down here, and then I'm going to show you how to get kind of this technique that we're going for with your either a stir stick from Starbucks or a popsicle stick, your choice whether it's clean or dirty, or a offset spatula knife, or my favorite, if you don't have any of those but you have stayed in a hotel recently and you have a hotel room key, just cut it into thirds a long ways. That'll get you right where you need to be. I'm going to suggest you have a paint pen for this particular project, though they don't love me, but my eyes are getting older. I kind of need the paint pen cheap. It's not really a cheap, it's a tool. I need it. I got to have it, ladies. All right, so let's get started. I just have a nice black. Perhaps I might have to pull out a different black. This one's pretty empty. I'm going to pull out a warm brown. It's kind of like our s'mores that we hand out. And then I have a very deep brown, some gold. I'm going to make some cream here in a second, so stick with me. I'll teach you how to make some cream. But honestly, if you don't have the components, a little bit of white. Hello. We're being sabotaged by the air today. A little bit of white. And gold paint can work in a jiffy too. Super cute. Cannot wait to get started on this. Oh, I wanted yellow. All right. So if you're gonna make cream, which I do all the time, kind of like buttermilk color, or you could just go down and get like warm mocha or buttermilk from Deco Art, completely fine. I'm going to, remember, you can mix it with gold, that's fine. Quite a bit of yellow, a little bit of brown. Getting the right general vicinity. Oof, I needed to have more coffee today. And then make sure you're making up enough. Now clearly I'm doing this on a paper plate. It's sucking up most of my paint. Oh, I mean a paper bag. I think that's going to be a little bit too dark. So thanks for joining today. I know it's the weekend. I don't often film on the weekend, but like I said, this is a freebie. Today's the last day to get it. I wanted to have a just a tutorial on quickly how to get some of the techniques we're going to use on this. Super fun, and I know I'm just going to get a lot of questions about it, so just kind of heading that off at the pass. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Mr. John's out there cleaning our throw rugs, trying to get a little bit more life out of them. I've been eyeballing those ones, I think they're called ruggables, and you throw them in your washing machine and wash them yourself. Ours would have to go down to the laundromat, I'm sure. But the price tag on those, and you have to be committed. You have to be really committed that you love this rug, because you can get 3 or 4 throw rugs over a series of 12 years or have to have this one throw rug forever. It's spending. I'll just leave it at that. And maybe some of you have them and you can like do a testify that you love it and that I should maybe get on that bandwagon, but I'm a little nervous. Okay, so for the top of the Acorn, I have my nice dark brown. It's a fluid acrylic. It's super shiny and it's burnt umber from Liquitex. Oh, that's purple. There we go. And I'm kicking myself, y'all. I'm kicking myself that when I was down at Michael's, I did not get the extra fine dark chocolate glitter. So I am totally gonna go down and get some dark chocolate glitter. Good grief. It was a warm summer. For the top of the lattice work, gonna paint it brown, gonna make my glitter glue. It's gonna be bling bling baby, and I am so, so happy about that. Okay, but what's gonna come up through is black. I'm already looking at this going, you know what? I'd rather have my Artist Loft metallic black. I don't know if you can see. It's just a little more charcoal than black. This one's a very shiny black, and I think that's what I really want to go with. Maybe it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna fool myself and say that it does. Ta-da! I'm gonna get on here really quick. Whoop! And I gotta swipe left, and I gotta write something in order to see any comments. If you're watching the replay a little later on, just tell me, hey, replay. So this is our freebie. Once or twice a month, we put out a freebie with a purchase of $49. And sometimes I feel like I like that better than giving a discount. Because people that are on the fence, you know, about our product, I think this allows them to, you know that they're getting an extra freebie, a little extra value, something fun. Who doesn't like a freebie? I think John said he cut this, he said he cut it at 8 inches, but I'm sitting here probably from the tip to the top. It might be like 7.5. Where is my, you know, there's 3 people using this studio, and pieces and parts are never where they're supposed to be. Maybe it's the same at your house. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tomorrow night we will be painting the hot chocolate sign, and believe it or not, if you haven't seen it, it's probably the next post down. Believe it or not, it is absolutely time for us to start our, I don't know how I feel about this, our 12 weeks of Xmas. And I'm not starting with an Xmas design. I'm starting with a winter design. Something we all need. We all have hot cocoa stands, bars, hot cocoa bar. And this one is just super cute. You know what? I forgot to tell you. The Liquitex fluid acrylic compared to the golden fluid acrylic is a little bit more see-through. And I gotta tell you, I kinda like that rustic look with one coat. I was gonna glitterify it, but in the fact that I don't have the right glitter color, I'm gonna say this rusticy, hi Penny, how you doing, babes? Look is very nice. Are you just on camera today, hon? It's not Lula. Lula from shipping. We have more than Lula. We have 3 dogs, and a lot of times there's 4 or 5 here. It's multi-generational canine habitat is what I'm gonna call it from now on. We like our dogs, we like our bassets, we like our rescues. And the dogs that have been rehomed with us. Come on, kids. Stop taking in dogs if you can't have them. And we just give them a great home, and we love on them. But it just also means it's really hard to get out of town, guys. It's hard to get out of town. All right, can you see that we have that really nice texture the wood grain behind. I'm really happy with that. When it's dry, I'm gonna pop this down here. It's going to come through the lattice. The black is going to come through the lattice. Good, bad, or indifferent. You could do a different color. Purple. Where's my Angie? She loves purple. You know, so the software is not allowing me to see comments right now. I will come back to you, I promise. Okay, so I have my other brown. This brown is just like our s'mores we put out, but it's just brown from Craft Smart. I would say that most like it would be burnt sienna. Sienna, not umber. So I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna use a sponge and we're gonna paint it up. Paint up the squirrel. I just want it to be nice and light. You can go ahead and put all kinds of fur designs that you want. I'm just gonna do a little bit of, that would be Hazel. Let me close the door. That would be Hazel yelling at John. All right, so once it dries, we can paint pen it and smudge it with a Q-tip, or you could just come in with a really fine paintbrush and do a fun technique. You can also do some hair if you wanted to, but for me, that would go bad really, really quickly. Super cute. It's pretty simple. The nuts about fall. I'm gonna paint it gold and then come in so it reads nuts about fall. I was kind of tired of the hello fall y'all and harvest. So cute, clever. It's clever, right? So I'm just gonna come in with some gold. I would do cream normally, but because the nut itself is creamy, I'm not gonna do that. And I think this kind of keeps it all very neutral. But some of you guys love colors and you're gonna just kick this out of the ballpark. It's up to you whether you paint the kickstand or not. I'm gonna show you how to do it in a second, how to apply it again. I'm gonna show you now. So you're gonna decide what direction this is gonna go. Maybe it's gonna angle a little bit with your squirrel, which I think you're gonna have to do that. Maybe you want it just to lean, that's completely fine too. I think I'm gonna try to have mine angle. If that's the case, you're gonna want to glue this near the end, but not all the way to it. And when you're ready, I glue dot the pie, the pizza pie, in here like a kickstand. Whoop. It'll just help it kick up and hold its place a little bit. You don't have to use it, but I want to include it in case. Hopefully that made sense to you. I will explain again, like I said, this will be a nice resource for anyone who got this freebie. Today is the last day. It's basically with a purchase of $49 you get this freebie. Don't kill yourself to get it. We have freebies once or twice a month. And maybe next time would be better for you. So whenever you're ready, you know, we're kind of here for you. So I'm gonna just put some white. You gotta water it down. Water it down just a little bit so it flows a little easy. You gotta move quick enough. You can smear this with your finger. I love the act of smearing. So make sure you have all the coats on that you want. Add some black if you wanted to. You can also wet your sponge. Bring some white in. Take most of it. You guys can see I'm taking most of it off. And then kind of just pop around the sides. Now because the acorn is kind of mostly cream color, you might pick a different color to do this. We'll see. I didn't start with a plan. This is just real paint, y'all. Didn't start with a plan. Pretty much did this all with one. This sponge is crapola, guys. Thank you. What happened? What happened? Okay. There we go. Oops. Here we we go. Hi, who's this now? It's Penny. Penny's back. Penny is back. So basically with this, I'm probably still gonna go get that chocolate fine glitter from Michael's. I'm going to use my clear glitter glue. It's glue, it's clear glue. Maybe sometimes you have to water it down a little, sometimes you don't. Put it in a cup, mix it up, brush it on, rinse, repeat till you're like doing your happy dance, your glitter happy dance. This is almost dry. It's super simple. So paint the acorn itself multiple times until you're happy. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a nice, really deep blackish brown. So pretty brown, like dark chocolate. Hold on. Clean your paintbrush, lady. So the metallic black isn't really black. It's kind of a really muted. So I want to come in here and make some more. I'm going to do it with my lightest brown. Let's just stir that up. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do this. You could just do it with black, but I'm being complicated. Big surprise there. Okay, you have a choice of, if you have an offset knife, a palette knife, a spatula. If you got a small one you frosted your cupcakes with, you can grab that. If you have one from your Cricut machine, you can grab that. If you have a popsicle and that's all you have, if you have a stir stick from Starbucks, you might want to take one every time you walk by. Or my personal favorite is the room key cards from hotels, and I cut them into thirds long ways, and you could just bend it a little bit and get that offset spatula look you want. So I'm just going to drag a little bit of that color. So the way I do it is I don't scoop. I just kind of lay this in. You could take some off if you want. Start at the side and kind of go across. And if it's not giving you the love you want, you can pull it across this way. Okay, so I'm showing you how to do it this way. And then don't stress, oh, I have a big blob. It's okay. When it dries, it looks so great. Or you can come back with the cream, do the same thing. It breaks this up. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get my arm out of there. So I barely have any on there. I'm just showing you what it looks like from this side. Now, if you want to fix that, you can wait till it dries, but I'm the most impatient person you've ever seen, and it works. I put a little bit of the cream in there, and you can just come across it. Whoop. Okay, I want to show you the technique on the other side. Now, before you freak and you're like, oh, it's so blobby, please keep in mind that you will be putting something on top. And when you go to the next layer, that's what your eye catches. Your eye will catch those elements instead of the boo-boos in the background. But feel free to clean it up if you want to. Okay, so I have my bent room key card. Make it as thin as you want. I think I'm just going to start by pulling it this way. And personally, it's my favorite, mainly I think because it's so slick, the paint does come off pretty quickly. So you can kind of decide which side you like best. The side with the palette knife or the side with the room key card. Don't want to do it, that's fine. I'm seeing the opportunity to throw a little gold down. So I'm going to do that a little bit. I'm going to drag it skinny ways across. Just a little. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the opportunity to put a little teal in the background. You might call me crazy. Remember, this is going to cover up here, and you may put some gold around the edges. She's crazy now, folks. She's crazy. Okay, one area I'm seeing that I'm not happy with is this space here, because I didn't want to go too high or I'd run into the cap. But what you could do is take some blue tape, that does not have Lula teeth marks in it, and I think you guys all know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lula. And you could like tape it off so that it would give you a little clean spot there. Personally, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna go in. I'm just going in. There, I'm happy with that. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Use your finger, use a paintbrush. You guys get it. Ta-da. I know I'm a sucker for something that's not a paintbrush. Okay, so we're gonna start gluing that together in a second, but let's talk about the nuts about fall. Super cute. Paint pen it up, people. Or if you're really good with a paintbrush, man, paint pens just don't love me. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm gonna flood the section that's double-sided. What do I mean by that? It's like a thicker font, but it's open in the center and it'll hold the paint that's inside. So I'm flooding those sections a little bit. And then I'm gonna let it dry, because if you pick it up, you see if you can see what I'm talking about. I'm really flooding those sections. Super easy. I'm not gonna do it with the about. It's a pretty small font. This is my cheat. The lines typically keep the paint inside. Oops. Hello, that was all me. And then if I have any left, I will go in, wow, my eyesight. You can do this with a paintbrush. Oop. And a lot of you guys are a lot more patient than me. Nuts about fall. And typically I let the etched skinny lines be. I just feel like that I don't do as good a job on them. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Put a cute little ribbon or some twine on that. This project will not include that in your kit. It'll just be the project. So how stinking cute is that? The squirrel helps keep the project thick enough, it's more likely to stand. Great. So hopefully these guys are gonna be good for a minute. You know, the door is open down there. They're able to actually leave the house going into their run area where the cat tends to be. Good grief. Okay. I'm just using the dollar store glue because, gosh, it's real quick at adhering. It's almost super glue. Good grief, doggies. Okay, so I'm just gonna line it up with the side. You can put some ribbon around that before it's glued on there. That's about fall. Put it where you want. And then I wanted to show you the sign. So I take a little off. Put a little on, take a little off. You could do it up here. So you still have that opportunity to put the ribbon on if you wanted to. I probably won't. I'm not a huge ribbon person. I'm more like twine. Okay, so it's, nope. I was like, oh yeah, this glue's awesome. That was a fail. Just gonna hold that down for a second. Or you can use your chip clips from Home Goods. Some people get them from the dollar store. That works too. I just go to Home Goods maybe once a week with Sabrina. That's kind of our date. It's our mecca. I don't typically buy stuff unless I get those little containers that you press the top and it's vacuumed or unvacuumed, and then you can put some dried pasta in it, or a pillow. We're kind of not, or pillows, or a throw blanket for the season. We're kind of crazy about those. Okay, hope I have a dot here, and that's okay. I'm just gonna smear it out. Okay, While that's drying, again, I'm going to explain about the back. My squirrel's right here. So if I'm gonna offset this so it is more like leaning than straight up and down because of this point. So I would want to glue this right here, not all the way to the end, but pretty close. And then when I'm ready and it's dry, I would take a glue dot and put this in there. And it's just a kickstand and you do not have to use it. I'm gonna put this on for now and I'm gonna go do some detail work with the tulips or a paintbrush. I get a lot of questions about detail work. Ta-da! This is so stinking cute. Okay, I was thinking maybe white, maybe black, maybe teal. These are tulips. I never, ever, ever have finished one because I end up cleaning out the top and splitting it. Maybe they sell extra tops, I don't know. So I'm just gonna do some dots, some straight lines, maybe I'm gonna break up the straight line, maybe some curly cues, dot, 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 maybe a dot in between. You cannot see it, I get it. But boy, the people that are up close are gonna get a treat. Let me show you. But I'm gonna race around with black here in a second. 1, 2, 3, whoop, boop, boop, boop. Cutesy. And you can let yours dry. Again, too stinking lazy. Or impatient, probably the better word. Lord knows I'm not lazy. So what I'm doing here is testing it out first. Ugh. Okay, so I've already split this one with my pokey tool, which is a potter's needle, because I did not have toothpicks on hand. Okay, here we go. Whoop, it's still coming out the side. I may or may not do this one. So it's coming out the side. This may be a fail. I think we should try anyway. Okay, so. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. When it dries, it'll be very cool, and it'll give. I know it will give it great visual interest. But for now, it is driving me nuts. Maybe if I barely squeeze, barely squeeze. Kind of looks like a birch tree. You know, the skin, the paper skin. Okay. And then I technically was going to use the teal. It would break up all of the neutral colors with a little pop of color. It's a pop of color. But I'm a little nervous to do that while the black is so wet and thick. But here, let me just look for an opportunity to be crazy on the outside. So I'm just weaving, picking, and choosing where I'm going to do this. I do like it. I think it added a much needed interest. And when it dries, oh mama, I'm gonna be super happy I did it. Okay, here we go. Now don't be a hater. Move on if you're gonna be a hater. Okay, so here we go. Super cute, super free with the information's on the website, on the banner at the top. With a purchase of $49, you get this for free. Super good, great way to try us out. Okay. I'm afraid it's gonna fall forward, but basically what I would do is, I wonder if you guys can see that okay. Let me flip the camera. Boom. Okay, so what I would do, I know most of you are like, oh, it's offset, but if I put it upright, it's pointy, it's not gonna work. So this is how this would work. You would lean back. I'm gonna show you this way. You would lean back so the squirrel is center. Show, oh, my hair is messy, people. And I had a date this morning. We went in to where my son works at Crimson, and he made some chicken fried steak for John, and I had grilled cheese and tomato soup. Oh, the grilled cheese was so good. This is so stinking cute. I love it. I can't wait for it to dry and for me to go to Michael's and get that chocolate fine glitter for the top. Anyway, I hope you liked it. Let me know your comments. I'll get back to you. And this will be for the people that got the freebie this week. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow for our paint night. Bye-bye.